Hey guys, and welcome back to Trying to with Leah. And if you're new here, I am pretty new to content creation and I'm still very much trying to get the hang of all of this, so bear with me. But here on Trying to, I share real life stories from my life. A lot of them are awkward and funny. Some are tough and difficult, but all of them have a life lesson to be learned. So, if you're into that kind of thing and you like personal healing and growth and just learning from everyday experiences, then definitely give me a like or a subscribe and follow along. So, today I wanted to talk about music. Music has always been such a huge part of my life for as long as I can remember. Some of my favorite memories are of singing with my mom and listening to her tell stories about when she was in choir and the funny roles that she played in her high school musicals. And growing up hearing these stories, I kind of always just assumed that that was going to be my path too. I was always singing as a kid, like always, to the point that people were like, okay, that's enough. But from the moment I could join a choir, I did join a choir. And that kind of became my whole personality. From the time I got to high school, everything revolved around choir. All of my friendships were built in the choir classroom. And so by junior year, I was dead set. I want to have a lead role in the musical. So I was working really, really hard and practicing and doing everything that I possibly could. So I knew in previous years I had had some issues with migraines. One of the years I had to sit out the second act because of a migraine. And that was the only time it really ever affected me during musicals, but I knew that was going to hurt my chances. But still, I was working really, really hard. So I was pretty hopeful. And when it didn't happen junior year, I thought, I still have a year. I still have one more year left. I can do this. So, of course, the summer before my senior year, I spent the entire summer in vocal lessons, working as hard as I possibly could to prepare and feel super confident for auditions. So, of course, auditions day came and I rocked it. I felt so good about it. I even had some of my peers telling me how great I did. So I really did feel super confident. And I was excited to see if I was going to make one of those lead roles. So then the cast list went up. And of course, I was terrified to look, despite all of my planning, despite all of my preparation, despite all of this hard work that I had done. I was terrified to see if I had actually done it. So, of course, I spent about 15 minutes in the car hyping myself up. And then when I finally got over to the cast list and found my name, I found it next to a small part again. And it was devastating. I really felt shattered at that point in time. And I could not even imagine how I was going to sit there in every rehearsal, doing all of this stuff, learning all of these routines, and watching everybody else get to shine. While basically the universe had told me that I wasn't good enough. I didn't know how I could handle it. So at that point in time, I did the one thing that I thought would protect me, which was I withdrew myself from the musical. I decided to take away that experience from myself because I didn't think that I could handle it. And looking back, I wish so much that I had just kind of sucked it up and participated because those were my favorite memories. Those were the times that I truly cherished in high school, was being a part of those groups, being involved with the musicals and getting to do the rehearsals and hang out with my friends that I had built those relationships with. And I just denied myself of that because of this rejection. And unfortunately, I carried that rejection with me a lot longer than I should have in life. So, you guys are familiar with a little white lie, I'm sure. It's a little lie that you tell people that doesn't hurt anyone. There's no repercussions. It doesn't matter whether it's true or not. All it really does is just make you feel better as the storyteller. So, unfortunately, that was my little white lie. When I encountered new people, like in college or when I met a new coworker or something like that, situations where I just needed a little boost in my confidence, every once in a while, I would throw that out there that I was the lead in the musical my senior year, even though it wasn't true. But of course, that really was only just like putting a band aid on a gaping wound that never really healed. So as I got older, I started realizing my worth was never supposed to come from a cast list or from a choir teacher or from any of my peers or anyone else's opinion. I could have been just as worthy playing the role that I was given. I could have stood out exactly where I was. But instead, I dimmed my own light because I thought it was safer. And then I told myself a different story. So if I ever told you that story, if you're one of those, I think 3 people I've ever said that to in my life, I do apologize. I am coming clean now. I was hurt and I wasn't ready to heal. So here's what I know now: you are worthy, even when you're rejected, even when you're not chosen. Rejection doesn't mean that you lack value, it just makes it hard to see your own. If someone doesn't see your worth, that situation probably isn't meant for you. The right people, the right places, and the right opportunities will always see your worth. I let that rejection keep me from something I loved for a long time. I still sang, but mostly in the car and mostly when nobody can hear me. And now I sing loudly and all the time. My neighbors probably hate me, but I don't care anymore. It's good for me. It fulfills my soul, and that's all that matters. So for me, I've always used music to process my emotions. And it's been something that has helped me throughout the years. Whenever I've been feeling sad or depressed or things are really just not going my way, I usually go to My December from Lincoln Park and Everything from Lifehouse. Those are my main 2 depression songs. Um, I also have feel good songs as well. So Unstoppable from Sia is one of my feel good songs. A lot of Sia songs actually. That Bird Set Free song and Chandelier, a lot of those. Yeah. Anyway, I'm a belter when it comes to singing, so it's always fun. Anyway, but yeah, those kind of songs, they make you feel your feelings and you can just be in the feeling and be in the moment and everything can just stop for that point in time and you can just get through it any which way you need to. And if that's cry it out, that's cry it out. And if it's, make yourself feel empowered, then that's what it is for you. And I just think that processing your emotions is a difficult thing to do, especially when you don't quite have the capacity. You haven't been healing enough yet to really even recognize what the emotions are telling you. It can be a really hard thing to deal with, and I think that music is a way for you to um, get it out there, to kind of let it flow through you so that it doesn't consume you. So if you have a favorite set of playlists that you go to, a favorite group of songs for certain emotions, let me know in the comments below. I will try to include some of my favorites for happy times and other, other fun times when I'm feeling goofy and things like that. It's usually Paramore, you know. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what your songs are. And also, if you do not like certain music, I think we all have a genre that we just aren't really fond of, you know. Some people it's screamo, some people it's whatever, whatever it is. But for me, unfortunately, please don't hate me for this, but it is country. I'm not a country fan for some reason. I'm just not. Never have been. But uh, still, I respect all music and all musicians. I think that if you have the ability to communicate what you're feeling to the masses in a song that allows them to feel that same feeling and go through that same emotion and come out on the other end going, okay, I feel a little bit better now, then you have a gift, and you should be using it regardless. And just because I don't like a certain genre of music doesn't mean that that genre is any lesser than any other genre. It's music is meant to inspire people, and it's meant to bring about emotion, and that's what it's doing. So let me know in the comments what your favorite genres are, as well as your favorite musicians, bands, and songs that help you get through your day. I try to listen to music that actually makes me feel good, music that's encouraging and inspiring. And honestly, one of the happy surprises of being a mom is that children's movies have amazing soundtracks, usually. One of my favorites is from Zootopia, and it's called Try Everything from Shakira. It's an amazing song, and it talks about never giving up, even when you are knocked down over and over and over again. Just getting back up, brushing yourself off, and going, okay, what's next? Let's find something else. That didn't work. Let's go a different way. Let's figure it out. And it's encouraging. Another one of my favorites is from K-pop Demon Hunters that just came out. What It Sounds Like is a great song that talks about accepting every part of yourself and truly becoming a whole person by balancing your dark and your light. It's a song that makes you feel empowered, and I really feel like we need more music like that in the world today. So I said all this to say that I think we need to normalize talking about hard times like this so we can explain how we got through it and what we learned from it. And others can benefit from that. Others can look at that and go, okay, I'm going to get through this. It's like that song, What It Sounds Like, that I mentioned earlier. One of the lines in there is, dive in the fire and I'll be right here by your side. And that's what I feel like is my purpose, is to be here for people that are really, truly actively trying to better themselves. Because if you're trying to heal, I promise you, there is always a much better version of you on the end of that healing. It's always worth it to dive into the fire. So if this resonated with you, please give me a like, a share, or a subscribe, hopefully, so that you can see more of my content. And I am hoping to be doing this far more often. So I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.